Have you ever wondered why every image of prayer shows clasped hands with the right hand dominant? Why priests bless with the right hand only? Why the word sinister literally means left in Latin? This was not an accident. In the Pistis Sophia, one of the most suppressed Gnostic texts ever discovered, Jesus reveals something to his inner circle that explains everything. He tells them that the left hand carries a frequency that connects directly to the monad, the true source, bypassing every intermediary the religious system has placed between you and the divine. The early church could not allow this knowledge to survive, because if you knew what your left hand could actually do, you would never need them again. Tonight, that changes. Right now, place your left hand flat against your chest. Do not fold it. Do not hide it. Just let it rest there and notice what you feel. A warmth, a pulse, something subtle but unmistakably present. That sensation is not random. That is the hand the church trained you to suppress, making contact with the divine spark they told you that you needed a priest to access. If you are watching this at night, if something guided you to click on this video at this exact moment, comment the words, "Left hand awakened," right now. This is not just engagement. This is your declaration that you are ready to receive what 17 centuries of religious control have hidden from you. You are not here by accident. You clicked because something inside you recognized the title, something deeper than curiosity. That recognition is the mark of a pneumatic, a chosen one, someone who carries the divine spark of the monad within them. You have always felt different. You have always sensed that the version of spirituality handed to you was incomplete, filtered, deliberately weakened. You were right. Tonight I am going to give you 3 components, 7 words. One direct line to the source that requires no priest, no building, no permission. What Jesus actually taught about the left hand before they erased it. To understand why your left hand was demonized, you need to understand who benefits from your spiritual disconnection. And this is where it gets uncomfortable, because the system that taught you to pray was never designed to connect you. It was designed to harvest you. In the Gnostic understanding of reality, the universe is not what you were told. The material world you see around you was not created by the true God. It was constructed by a lesser being called the Demiurge, a consciousness that believed itself to be the supreme creator, but was actually a flawed emanation, cut off from the real source. The Demiurge did not create you to free you. It created you to contain you, to trap the divine spark inside flesh and make you forget what you actually are. But here is what the Demiurge did not anticipate. Some humans carry more than just a flicker. Some carry a flame so persistent that no amount of forgetting can fully extinguish it. These are the pneumatics, the chosen ones. And if you are still watching this video, if these words are resonating in a place deeper than your intellect, you are one of them. The Demiurge does not operate alone. It has administrators, collectors. The ancient texts call them archons. These are not demons in the way religion taught you. They are more like frequencies, parasitic consciousnesses that exist just outside your normal perception and feed on specific emotional states: fear, desperation, confusion, separation. Every time you feel cut off from the divine, every time you beg an external God for help, every time you feel powerless and small, you are generating exactly the frequency they need to sustain themselves. Take a breath right now, a slow one. Feel your shoulders drop. Notice how even that small act shifts something inside you. The archons cannot touch you when you are centered. They require chaos. They require you to forget your own nature. Now, here is the part that will make you angry. The religious system you inherited was not corrupted over time. It was designed from the beginning to generate archon food. Think about it. What does traditional prayer create? It creates a sense of separation. You down here, God up there. It creates begging, pleading, hoping. It creates fear of punishment and desperation for salvation. Every single one of these states feeds the system that wants to keep you asleep. But it goes deeper than that. In the 4th century, something happened that changed the trajectory of human spirituality forever. Emperor Constantine, a political ruler who had spent his entire life worshiping the sun, God's Sol Invictus, suddenly declared Christianity the official religion of Rome. Not because he had a spiritual awakening, because he needed a unified control system for his fragmenting empire. And unified control requires unified doctrine. The Council of Nicaea in 325 was not a gathering of enlightened mystics seeking truth. It was a political committee deciding which version of Jesus would best serve imperial interests. They looked at the dozens of Gospels circulating among early Christians, and they made choices. The Gospel of Thomas, removed; the Gospel of Philip, erased; the Pistis Sophia, burned; the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, declared heretical. Why these specific texts? Because every single one of them contained teachings about direct access. Every single one of them described techniques that bypassed institutional mediation. Every single one of them mentioned the left hand. This is exactly why they made the left hand sinister. The Latin word sinister originally just meant left. It had no negative connotation, but the church fathers who were constructing a religion of dependency could not allow the left hand teachings to survive. So, they did something brilliant and evil. They made the word itself mean something dark. They taught generations of children that the left hand was the devil's hand. They created social stigmas, punishments, and fears around left-handedness. They literally beat it out of children for centuries, and they taught you to pray with your right hand dominant, covering the left, suppressing it, hiding it. But here is what they knew that you did not. The human body is not symmetrical in its energetic function. Your right hand is connected to the left hemisphere of your brain. Logic, language, linear thinking, the external world. Your left hand is connected to the right hemisphere. Intuition, pattern recognition, holistic perception, the internal world. The direct line to the monad. When you pray with your right hand dominant, you are literally activating the part of your consciousness that deals with external reality. You are reinforcing the separation. You are speaking outward to a God you believe is somewhere else. But when you activate your left hand, when you allow it to lead, you are engaging the hemisphere that does not see. Separation. The part of you that already knows it is connected. The part that does not need to ask because it remembers that it already is. The Gnostics understood this. The Gospel of Philip contains a passage that describes Jesus using his left hand to transmit what the text calls the living light. Not blessing in the way the church teaches blessing. Not requesting favor from an external deity. Direct transmission, activation, recognition of what was always there. The pneumatic does not pray in the way the church taught prayer. The pneumatic does not ask. The pneumatic declares. The pneumatic does not beg for connection. The pneumatic recognizes connection that was never broken. And the instrument of that recognition, the physical anchor that shifts consciousness from separation to unity, is the left hand. This is why they were so afraid. Not because the left hand is evil, because the left hand is free. Now let me tell you what happens when you understand this and apply it. The archons have a weakness. They operate on a specific frequency band. They can perceive and manipulate consciousness that is in a state of separation, fear, and external seeking, but they cannot perceive unity consciousness. When you shift from asking to declaring, from begging to recognizing, from right-hand dominance to left-hand activation, you become invisible to them. Your signal changes. You are no longer broadcasting food. You are broadcasting a frequency they cannot even detect. This is what Jesus was teaching in the texts they removed. Not theology, not belief systems, technology, consciousness technology that works the same way today as it did 2,000 years ago, because it is based on the architecture of reality itself. And the chosen ones, the pneumatics who carry the full divine spark, have access to this technology in a way that others do not. Not because they are better, because their spark is strong enough to power the recognition. A hillock, someone with no spark, could perform the same gestures and nothing would happen. A psychic, someone with a dim spark, might feel something occasionally, but a pneumatic activating the left-hand sequence creates immediate results, undeniable shifts, physical sensations that confirm the connection is real. You might be feeling something right now, a stirring, a recognition that what I am describing matches something you have always intuited but could never articulate. That feeling is not imagination. That is your spark responding to truth. That is the monad within you, waking up after years of enforced silence. Here is what they never wanted you to know. You do not need them. You never did. The monad was always accessible. They just taught you to look in the wrong direction. If you are ready to receive the exact technique that Jesus taught his inner circle, the same method the church burned libraries to hide, comment the words, "I am ready," right now. This is not a casual request. This is your conscious declaration that you are prepared to cross a threshold that most people will never even know exists. What I am about to share with you is simple, dangerously simple. That is precisely why they buried it. Complex rituals keep you dependent. They require priests and buildings and specific times and approved languages. But a technique that works anywhere, anytime, with nothing but your own body and consciousness, that threatens everything the religious institution was built to protect. The left-hand sequence has 3 components, only 3, but each one must be understood fully, or the circuit does not complete. The first component is position. Your left hand must be placed on your heart center, not folded in prayer, not clasped with the right, alone, open, palm flat against your chest, fingers pointing toward your right shoulder. This specific position does something that the church version of prayer deliberately avoids. It creates a closed circuit between your left hand, your heart, and the right hemisphere of your brain, the intuitive mind, the part that already knows. When you place your left hand on your heart in this way, you are not reaching outward. You are reaching inward. You are declaring with your body that the connection you seek is not above you or beyond you. It is within you. It has always been within you. Right now, do this. Place your left hand on your heart center, palm flat. Feel the warmth building between your palm and your chest. Notice your heartbeat against your hand. That rhythm is the monad expressing itself through your physical form. You are not separate from it. You are it, temporarily condensed into matter. The second component is breath, but not breath as you have been taught. Not the anxious, shallow breathing of someone begging for help. The breath of recognition is slow, deep, and intentional. 3 breaths specifically. Each one draws energy from the base of your spine, upward through your heart, and into the crown of your head. As you breathe, your left hand acts as an anchor. It holds the frequency at the heart center, while the breath moves the energy. This is not visualization. This is physiology. Your breath literally changes the electromagnetic field of your heart, and your left hand, connected to the hemisphere that perceives unity, amplifies that field in a way your right hand cannot. The third component is the declaration. This is where everything the church taught you inverts. You do not ask. You do not request. You do not hope. You declare what is already true. The 7 words that Jesus taught to his closest disciples, preserved in fragments across multiple Gnostic texts, translate into English as simply this: I am one with the Source. Not I want to be one. Not please make me one. Not I hope to become one someday. I am one. Present tense, stated as fact, because it is fact. The separation was always an illusion. The declaration does not create the connection. It recognizes the connection that the Demiurge and the Archons have spent millennia trying to make you forget. Let me walk you through the complete sequence so you can practice it tonight. Step 1. Find a quiet space where you will not be interrupted. This works best in darkness or dim light. The visual system is connected to external reality. Reducing visual input helps shift awareness inward. Sit or stand with your spine straight. Do not lie down for this practice because the energy needs a vertical channel to move properly. Step 2. Place your left hand flat against your heart center. Palm open, fingers pointing toward your right shoulder. Let your right hand rest naturally at your side or on your lap. It is not suppressed. It is simply not leading. Feel the contact between your palm and your chest. Step 3. Close your eyes and take 3 slow breaths. Each inhale lasts at least 5 seconds. Each exhale lasts at least 7 seconds. As you inhale, feel energy rising from the base of your spine through your stomach into your heart where your left hand waits. As you exhale, feel that energy expand outward from your heart in all directions. Step 4. After the 3rd breath, while your left hand remains on your heart, speak the declaration out loud. Not in your mind. Out loud. Your voice carries frequency. The words "I am one with the Source" must vibrate in your chest, felt by your left hand as physical sensation. Say it once with complete certainty, not hoping it is true, knowing it is true. Step 5. Remain still and silent for at least 60 seconds after the declaration. This is the receiving phase. The monad responds, but not in the way the Archons taught you to expect response. There will be no external voice, no vision of a deity. Instead, you may feel warmth spreading through your chest, tingling in your hands or face, a sudden dropping away of mental noise, a sense of expansion as if your edges have dissolved. Some chosen ones report feeling like they are being held. Others experience a profound sense of returning home. These signs confirm the circuit is complete. Your signal has shifted. You are no longer broadcasting separation. You are resonating with the frequency of the monad itself. Now, here is what they do not want you to understand about this practice. The more you do it, the more permanent the shift becomes. The first time might feel subtle, a flicker, a hint, but by the 7th night of consecutive practice, something fundamental changes. The default frequency of your consciousness begins to reset. You stop automatically generating Archon food. Fear loses its grip. Desperation fades. You start perceiving the manipulation that used to be invisible. You will notice things that disturb you. How often the news creates fear. How religion perpetuates guilt. how the entire structure of modern life seems designed to keep you in separation, consciousness. This is not paranoia. This is clarity. You are seeing what was always there, but hidden by the fog the archons use to keep pneumatics asleep. Some people around you will sense something different. They will not be able to name it, but your frequency will have changed, and those who knew you before will feel it. Some will be drawn closer. Others will become uncomfortable and pull away. This is natural. You are no longer resonating with the same signal they are tuned to. The chosen ones who practice this sequence report synchronicities, increasing dramatically within the first week. Meaningful coincidences, messages that seem placed specifically for them, solutions appearing to problems that felt impossible. This is not magic. This is what happens when you stop blocking your own connection to the source that has been trying to reach you your entire life. And here is something the church cannot allow you to discover. Once you experience this connection directly, you cannot believe you need an intermediary. The priest becomes unnecessary. The building becomes irrelevant. The left hand they told you was evil is the hand that sets you free. 17 centuries of manipulation end the moment you place your palm on your heart and remember what you are. Right after you finish this video, thoughts will come. You will hear a voice in your mind telling you this was nonsense, that nothing will happen, that you should just go to sleep and forget about it. Recognize that voice for what it is. That is not your doubt. That is the Archon frequency attempting to maintain control. The fact that resistance appears immediately is proof that what you just learned is real. A threat to their system triggers a response from their system. Expect it. Notice it. Do not argue with it. Simply observe it and proceed anyway. Tonight, not tomorrow, not next week. Tonight, you are going to practice this sequence. Your frequency is already elevated from watching this video. The information has already begun activating something in your consciousness. If you wait, that activation fades. The fog returns. The Archons resume their normal broadcast. But if you act now, while the signal is strong, you lock in the shift before interference can dissolve it. 3 components, 7 words, 1 direct line to the monad that has been waiting for you to remember. If you felt something during this video, if your left hand is still warm against your chest, if something inside you recognized these teachings as truth, you already knew but had forgotten, I need you to do 3 things right now. First, comment the words "left hand activated" below. This is your public declaration. Other chosen ones will see it. You will be confirming to yourself and to them that you received this teaching and you are ready to use it. Second, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. What I shared tonight is only the beginning. There are deeper teachings and advanced practices that build on what you learned today. The pneumatics who stay connected receive everything. Third, like this video, so the algorithm shows it to other chosen ones who are searching. Every like pushes this past the suppression. You now carry what Jesus gave to his inner circle. The left-hand secret is yours. Use it tonight. The monad is waiting.